We're up to race 6 preview for Sha Tin Sunday afternoon, and this race is over 1400 metres, class 4. We've got Let's Do It at the top, who is a 19-start maiden with the cheek pieces going on for the first time. Holy Power has a win next to his name. That was on debut at nearly 30 to 1. Function Patch, Sparky Star, War Weapon is a 17-start maiden. Fast Buck, Smiling Collector, only having his 7th start this weekend. Flying Gallop didn't do a great deal on debut. Starship 80 has come up with a better barrier draw. Generous Friend has only beaten 2 rivals home in 2 runs. Bebe Choi, My Intelligent, the visor, comes off, and All Is Ready off 42, did win down in class 5 3 runs ago. Nick, My Intelligent in this race, he can go forward, but he's probably going to have company from Bebe Choi.
Yeah, it could be a decent burn-up up front actually with these two, because they do only really have one way of going, that is forward from the get-go, so expect those two to be prominent. Holy Power is interesting because on debut he had a decent pace to aim at, and that's what helped him finish off strongly, so he might just get that pace he requires in this race, and he might just be that little bit closer as well with the experience. Fast Buck is a horse who gets his chance here. He's also been close up, Paul, and the top weight Let's Do It, probably not too far away also.
Yeah, Starship 80 should get a nice run. He went well last time. Smiling Collector midfield. Flying Gallop, Killer Instinct, Function Patch at the back. But BB Choi and My Intelligent, you've got Antoine Hamlin and Karis Teton. Both horses have led every race this season. Who blinks first? That's the question.
We will find out at around about 3:35. But we can hear from Jamie Richards again. He saddles up Holy Power, who was a pretty strong winner on debut at Sha Tin.
Jamie, Holy Power was a debutant winner for you on his first racecourse appearance. Now, you told everyone that would listen that he might just need the time, and as it proved, that time was about right because he managed to win. How has he been since then?
He's done well since then. He was the benefactor of a good speed in that debut win. Like, they went fast and it set it up for something to get over the top of them late, and thankfully he drew a good gate and he cut the corner and didn't have to go around any horses, and he got up and won nicely. So he's an improving horse. He's a month between runs. We didn't feel like he needed a trial. He's a athletic, scopy type of horse who keeps himself pretty fit in the morning, so just been maintenance work for him, and we're hoping that the step up to 1400 should suit him as well, but it's got a bit of an awkward gate to overcome.
Have you always felt that perhaps this is going to be his trip, or maybe even a little bit further in time?
Yeah, a little bit further. I think he's a versatile horse. He's by power, and they sort of seem to go on the dirt as well, so maybe the dirt and maybe Happy Valley at some stage could suit him, but yeah, we're happy with him leading into the race, and hopefully he can run well again.
Just to put a bit more meat on the bones of the story, Luke Curry obviously takes the ride. He had trialled him up, but there was a confusion, I think, with bookings, or a prior booking, so hence why he's got back on now.
Yeah, it's difficult here in Hong Kong. The jockeys are sort of booked a long way in advance, and when you want to come to the races a week later or a week earlier, then everybody's already booked up. But Lyle did a good job on him on debut and gave him every chance, and unfortunately Lyle was booked for something else this week, and Luke gets a chance to get back on him after doing all the prep work, so pleased to have Luke back on him.
Jamie Richards there touching on Holy Power. We can move on from him and have a look at some more replays here, including Sparky Star, who is just a one-time winner here. Paul, War Weapon, he's been disappointing, hasn't he?
He has, yeah. Still a maiden War Weapon from his 17 starts. Look, none of these made it in, but Sparky Star would have been the closest. He's been racing really well recently, and he's been consistent. The second here behind Kazi Farazi, there's no problems with that.
Yeah, and that is the ride that Jamie alluded to as far as Lyle Hewitson was concerned. He rides War Weapon, but the runner Sparky Star I didn't mind at all. He just looked a little bit laboured in the closing stages.
Yep, Sparky Star there. Function Patch was also in that race as well. Now, Faster Buck, he hasn't done a lot wrong, Nick, but I thought again here he had every chance. Yeah,
possibly. I mean, look, first time blinkers on as well. He had improved. I felt he'd taken a little step forward from those first 2 runs, so hopefully it just can continue for him this time in as well. But as you say, there were no excuses. He was there to win the race, and he's eventually got beaten in the end. But the horse that finishes a bit further down the field, Starship 80, you could probably upgrade his run to some degree, Paul.
Yeah, I thought he ran on well. So, look, they both go in for me. You're right, I think he had every chance here. But the horse that beat him, Forerunner, I think is quite smart. So I'm going to give him another chance.
Yep, you could see Starship 80 running on from the tail there, and he was also held up in the early part of the straight. Paul, are you a fast buck man?
Yeah, I'm going to put him on with those blinkers. Seem to work for him. He did run nicely. He should get a nice run once again. So he'll get his opportunity. I'm going to put Smiling Collector in. He's getting down to the rating where he did win his debut race. Smiling Collector, he's now at a rating of 53. Look, he's run on his last couple of starts, has caught the eye. So this 1400 metres looks ideal for him, second time at that distance. Starship 80, as you said, ran on, hit the line strongly, and Let's Do It. He's been consistent. I think the cheek pieces will help him as well. 6, 8, 10 and 1. Yeah,
I'm also with the 6 here, Fast Buck. He's improving with every run, and hopefully he can get the job done now at start number 4. So we'll put him on top over Holy Power, who's a fairly decent price at this stage, and he might just get a decent pace to aim at, something that he might require. And I think going up in trip won't inconvenience him. He is related to mile winners also. Let's Do It up at the top. For all he's yet to win here in Hong Kong, he's got some handy enough form, and he might be able to get very competitive at this sort of grade now, having run well in Class 3s. And Sparky Star, I've thrown him in as well. He's a double figure price, not a bad price there. 6, 2, 1 and 4.
Paul and Nick both with Fast Buck. He is the early favourite in betting at 2 to 1.